Hey, hi everybody. Um, okay, today is Sunday. Looking at the time, mo fẹ́ go through video so that we can start preparing for the week. So normally this is what we do during the week. What I man share before the week lele. Take for instance, tomorrow is Monday and saying mo máa lọ síbi iṣẹ́. Now, because mi ò fẹ́ day trade, mo fẹ́ um, place trade mi kí n tó lọ either Sunday night or Monday morning so that about the 2:30 fún àwọn táwa ní UK I start fún àwọn tó wà America early in the morning ní fún wọn táwọn tó wà Canada bang on even better ẹ kàn concentrate lórí àwọn táwa ní UK àti Nigeria for now so because at least time wa jẹ́ the same okay mo ti ṣe analysis àwọn stocks kan but I will just work on 3 stocks kọ́ mo fẹ́ ṣe ni pé ẹ kì í yọ gbogbo kí n tó wà lórí ẹ̀ kúrò kẹ́lẹ́ kí n yọ àwọn kan tó wà lórí okay kọ́ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rí ni pé mo fẹ́ show bá ṣe máa ń plan trade ready for the week so what I'm saying is I'm going to plan trade for 3 stocks mainly right so I'm gonna place order ready for Monday so that the market bá dá ní Monday amara. Let me just tell you a little bit of things we do analysis but I still go into analysis right now but gbogbo fẹ́ ṣe ni pé I'm gonna place àwọn trade ready mẹ́ta la máa ṣe SNDK lélẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàgbé nǹkan tí àwọn stocks mean because I've been working on this for a while so mo mọ ṣe tó ṣe mo mọ why tí mo ra wọn mo mọ returns on all those things are available on the internet I'll show you but she might get it okay now the next one is AMD cheap stock lélẹ̀ àwọn tó máa ń ṣe processor fún computer fún data center then SC my USC kúrò nù ẹ kí n wo weekly chart okay yẹ kí n fi indicators mi sí okay mo rí white mo ṣe fẹ́ rà alright mi ní yọ kúrò mọ́ SC nǹkan tó bá wò ń bì is daily pattern ló wà mí báyìí daily chart weekly chart lélẹ̀ but jẹ́ kí n weekly chart kí ló ti work with SNDK lélẹ̀ so yẹ kí n padà sórí SNDK so SNDK lélẹ̀ nsìn yẹ kí n remove lélẹ̀ so that I lè rí clearly so nǹkan tí mo ṣe fẹ́ ra SNDK ni pé mo ti mú SNDK pé stock good stock ni when the war started in Iran a lot of this stock will get pulled back ṣe ní nǹkan tó máa ń pè ní pull back rí stock kò kí ń lọ in straight line ẹ máa wò ní 2026 January 2026 stock it was $200 right and now this stock is June is $2,350 ẹ máa sọ fún mi pé wow why the very stock ti lọ sókè jù but what you need to understand is let me just quickly explain something to you when we are trading we want to catch a trend kò sí ẹni tó fẹ́ ra stock má jẹ́ pé kí n sọ jẹ́ fẹ́ ra stock ó depend on trading strategy a fẹ́ ra stock tó ń lọ sókè ni right a dẹ̀ fẹ́ follow trend yẹn each time tó bá lọ sókè we don't chase it going up no that's called chasing that's not what we do but tá bá ti mọ stock yẹn pé ó dáa máa show analysis yẹn stock yẹn fún yín history ẹ̀ but mi ní ṣe lẹ́yìn mo ti mọ̀ pé this is a good stock one of the stocks don't drive AI generation rate right move ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni even ó dàbí ẹ̀ púpọ̀ right but nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé we are investors right but we are not big money players we are like báwo ṣe máa describe it àti bí tí elephant bá ń feed right táwọn náà dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹun elephant ló mọ tí ó ń jẹ wà right everything is a big thing ó máa move díẹ̀díẹ̀ right ó máa lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ó lè máa jẹun á dẹ̀ máa jẹun lọ for a long time àwọn dàbí eṣinṣin tó wà ní etí elephant yẹn torí or àdàbí birds better tó wà lórí elephant yẹn ó máa gbọ́n etí ẹ̀ báyìí kò fẹ́ kí eṣinṣin máa disturb ẹ̀ but tó bá rí bird tó wà níbẹ̀ á peck ẹ̀ máa jẹun so àwa ń rí pé elephant wà comfortable ó ń jẹun time tó ń jẹun yẹn làwọn náà fẹ́ jẹun because I need the kind of money láti move market so àwọn ló máa move market tó bá ti move market a fẹ́ position ara wa sí time yẹn àwa náà fẹ́ rà ní time yẹn that's why tí stock bá ń lọlẹ̀ you cannot afford to buy it because our guys here they spend a lot of money researching the market so they see things that are happening even car to smell it so once they start dumping a market you get out of the way you just get out of the way you want to cut your losses as soon as possible you don't want to buy stocks that okay but stock is in a drop when I saw this big drop no way millionaire because this could be the beginning of the drop down here nobody knows because it could come from here where's it from here and go all the way down here you don't know but look at it later and say okay all right okay Aripo might drop no nobody knows so what I'm mentioning we read the candle this is what we call the candle this is a bearish candle also make one ta they were supported by high volume so for me our big boys in dump so don't even come there don't go there get out of the way cut your losses as quickly as possible and reposition yourself Funtuama come up again so Bashaman trade now also to drop DNE buy or sell DNE buy but volume so that's okay be I want to take profits but the bad one will be even though o drop was to be by volume will go above average in the blue line anytime action happens above average even pinching any movement a late of it feel pay small movement but it's not because billions on trade so that's BCB only $800 million transaction will cause this big difference so it is significant so that's why we're always looking at price volume validates price remember that volume is a footprint when big buyers buy but wọ́n fẹ́ move price too far so on máa rà díẹ̀ so position won't accumulate won't store up won't position around pay stocky lè jẹ́ $10,000 a share but kó tó dé $10,000 a share wọ́n ti ṣe nǹkan tó ń pè ní split tí price ẹ̀ máa ti wálẹ̀ America go on to those details so what I'm invariably trying to say ni pé when price start moving it moves for a long time but you need to know when the rules has been broken when the structure has broken this is a clear break of structure this is not a break of structure it came down test what we call the moving average price retested the 20 EMA moving average and bounced on the bounce on a good volume it tested on a lower volume right pull back on low volume tested and move up on high volume this is a confirmation of trend after what right now let's look at here now what's going on here price came down bang got out of it or drop again or bounce this is a very good candle so if we hey something is changing it's coming back up or to up again right which is good now or test 20 EMA or reject could close above it that is not a good sign but because we have a little bit of green here it's still a positive day coupled with the fact that price jump now this is the confirmation candle ready for this week or close above the 20 EMA which is this line is the 20 EMA line time over that's 20 EMA it closed above that line And another thing ni pé price open nílẹ̀ bí ó dẹ̀ lọ sókè kò dẹ̀ jábọ́ at all, it kept going. I'll explain all these things. This each candle yìí ó sọ fún wa behavior, sentiment, that's the word. It is telling us the sentiment of the buyers and the sellers. Kí ni wọ́n feel ní ọjọ́ yìí? At the end of the day, when I look at the candle, I know exactly what they're talking about, what the market is saying. So it is a sentiment. Now, how is it different from Nigeria? Farms don't trade in Nigeria. Wọ́n sọ pé, oh, we don't do like this. Yeah, I'll tell you why. In the international market, we call it the matured market. We have what we call, what's the word? They are called market makers. What does that mean? Market makers are the guys that make the markets. At any time, if I want to buy or sell, there's somebody there to buy it and sell it for me. Take, for instance, back in the days, over 10, 15 years ago, when I traded the Nigerian market, money call buy mirror, one warrior for 1 week, 1 warrior for 2 weeks. Money call one warrior for 2 weeks, 1 warrior. No, because they are always waiting for a buyer and a seller to meet. That is not a liquid market. Dangote is coming into the market now. With Dangote coming up to the market, what's going to happen is we're going to have liquidity in the market. Liquidity might only be for Dangote stocks. It might not necessarily have liquidity for the whole market. But this is a big time in Nigeria for that thing to come up, and I'm waiting for it to come up. I see how we're going to position ourselves into it. Now, there are platforms for an opportunity to trade by in Nigeria and say, I had this bamboo, Mutilo Bamburi, but I'll investigate it well before Dangote opens. Now, basically what we want to do is when Dangote opens, we want to be in a position to be able to sit down in the comfort of our home, on our phone, at our own time, and place a trade, instead of waiting for buyers and sellers or our brokers to do this, because our brokers all play a lot of things in time here. I lost a lot of money on the Nigerian market, and I said I would never do it again. I'll lose money and know why. I'd rather lose money and understand why I lost the money and learn from it, position myself for the future, rather than give it to somebody to lose the money for me. Come out there, for me, but don't you lose away on the day, or come and play. This is an even playing field. Basically, this is a trade Simon plays using $50,000. I was like, hey, $50,000. Amadebe. I'll explain to you how you get funds for investments. It's called, what's the word? They are called prop firms. My explainer. If I can video you go on, so if I concentrate on the real thing right now. So I'm only using domain. So right now, I will show you what I looked at. This tells me, based on my research, that this stock is likely to go up on Monday. It might change. My thesis might change because this is Sunday night. Only Diaro Lansing can't you bomb see Iran stock exchange market or call bomb Dubai. Everything might change. So everything change, but me were comfortable. Let's joke see market go open. I cancel my feel. But this is just for learning's sake. I'm not saying nobody has a crystal ball. What we are looking at is the probability. What is the probability and the likelihood the price can name okay? For me, it's pointing in all directions. Okay. Although the general market is still not stable, I will explain the general markets to you. Now, normally when we want to place a trade, imagine right? Mo fẹ́ lọ sí Ìkòròdú láti Yaba. No matter the kind of car tí bá ní, no matter how fast my car is, if I'm driving, what was this guy on Conrad Bugatti. Timara Bugatti, Tima fẹ́ lọ sí Ìkòròdú. No matter how fast tí car yẹn bá jẹ́, tí traffic bá wà lọ́nà, I'm going but nowhere. That is the same thing here. This is a stock that is fast, that is strong, that has all the potential to move. But if the general market is weak, it's going but nowhere. So first of all, the crystal ball we want to look at is what's the general market? Kí ni general market ń sọ? Mo ti ṣe gbogbo research yẹn already. Market ṣì weak, but normally eléyìí ti show me the first sign wípé stock yẹn recover. Let me quickly show you what we check for general market. These are the indicators that tells me about the general market. QQQ tells me what the tech market is doing on Friday. Ṣẹ́rí ìgbà tí wọ́n yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀, it keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But for the same time, we're not to close above this. We are going sideways, which is not good. We want a market like this. If that firm trade, the highway is free, the highway is fair, the highway provides us all the advantages we want, right? So now, market is now pulling back, going sideways. This is a choppy area. Really, this is not where we want to be. But because early stage now, we have a recovery here. We want to get in as quickly as possible. Cosento more the bottom of the market, with the center on top. We look at it candle for candle, volume for volume. Price jumps up here, but the volume is reducing. That's not an indication of a strong market. Affecting volume come increase. Let me look for a sample one, if you can find it. Here, look at here. Price is increasing, volume is increasing. MRP gray won't increase. Anytime you see a red, go gray. That means all these reds are just profit taking. They are not what we call bailing out. Example of bailing out, Sherry, blood on the dance floor. Once you see this, you get out. No questions asked. You get out of the way. Truck, get out of the way. So let's come back. I want to keep it short. I'm now 17 minutes into it. So Bimoshe placed trade last time. We are back to the stock after trading, see SNDK. Mutishe all my prep work. This is clean now. Now, Mutishe all my prep work. Tebalowo last video I showed you how to place this trade, right? So what I said was, I want to buy 2 of this stock, SNDK, if the price gets to 1,940. Okay, now 1,940 is blue, this is blue. If the price does not get to 1,940, do not buy for me. Why am I saying that? It can open tomorrow. If it is a close on Friday, it could drop down like this on bad news. If you could take me in, I want to buy it when it's doing what I want it to be doing. So if it gets to 940 here, buy it, take me in. Let me take this out. Right? If it drops after entry to this point, 1,766, sell it and I'll lose 384 pounds. So I am risking 1% of my account on this trade. So buying 2 stocks is about $3,400. 1%. Is it 3,000? Yeah, 3,400. So my risk on 1% is $348. So $348 really minimum risk lori trading. Let me check those values again to make sure that we're on the same page. So this is 1940. Let me hold this first. Okay, back to the analysis. I just quickly stopped and checked my calculation here. So $50,000 if you trade accounting, but I'm not putting $50,000 onto the trade. The cost of the trade is about maybe less than $4,000, right? So my maximum risk is 1%, but in this case, it came to $348. So if it goes against me on this trade, I'll lose $348. But if it goes in my way, I expect to lose maybe I make $1,114. So we are set for tomorrow. This is the weekly chart. So let me take this off so that we can see it properly. Take that off. So that's the weekly chart. So this is the daily chart. So normally, this is what happens. I expect price to open here, right? Or open somewhere around here. And because it is above 1,940, it will take me in, right? Then price would keep on rising from this point. Let's say it took me in here. Price will continue to rise, right? You see, at this point, I expect price to hit this area and come back. Why? The market remembers what has happened in the past. Because there was a rejection here, this rejection is due to sellers tó ń jókòó síbí báyìí, àwọn tó fẹ́ tà mí báyìí. So ó wálẹ̀ ń bì because àwọn kan ń tà mí báyìí. So kò sí enough buying power láti push ẹ lọ sókè. So most likely àwọn sellers ṣì wà ń bẹ̀. So even though profit mi wà ń bí báyìí, in an ideal world, I want to bring it down here. Kó tó débẹ̀. So this is 221 now. So that Pashiman trade near because I know there are sellers here. So before it gets there, I want to take my own profits. But normally what we will do is we want to sell half of our position here and then see if it's going to go up. Then if it goes up, we then move our stop. We bring our stop like this and bring it up there. So they lose a woman. That's what we call trade management. So, but I think the balance. So let's bring it back here. This is our risk. This is our reward. So this is 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. I've confirmed it. So that's how the trade is going to happen. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. This is our entry. And that's our target. Let's leave it like this. Let me see if we can get this thing properly. And that's our target price. That's our target. So let's see what happens during the week. Let's make it one stock. But maybe I'll be able to do the 3 today. But I'm not going to do it to the 3. Let's just do one. Because normally in the real world, even though I said I have 3 positions I want to take, right? Because I'm completely out of the market. I'm managing my risks. I only want to risk 1% of my account. So if I took these 3 trades, it might trade better time, but you saw the 1,500. Even though Toba work for me, I make 4,500. But we don't trade on the perspective. We don't place a trade or place a position based on what we're looking at earning and making. We manage our risk. Once we manage our risk, and that's fine, the next thing we then do is we take another position. We move our stop to break even, no more risk, we take another trade. Tamafi build into full position. It might take a while to, so Power Chain build into full position, Tafe everything straight away. That's the same way big banks trade. We have one thing they don't have. They want to position themselves and hold. Our after get in and get out, still by paywall and enter again. So let's leave it there for now. This is about 25 minutes of video. I want to keep it at 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is every day I will analyze this position, right? Do a video on it. And then by next weekend, we see where we are. We take another stock. I'm going to continue doing this for the next probably 3 months, doing different stocks so that we can all understand it. Then I'll create another video for complete beginners, just to explain the stock market, how things work. But let's do the exciting bit as well. the investment side of it, and then ask questions, and I would keep on explaining as we go along. Thank you very much.